Hi everyone, welcome to another episode with me. It's World Mental Health Day, and today I have with me Lisa Phillips, who is my colleague at work and my office buddy.
Hi.
Thank you, Lisa. Welcome to the show. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, please?
Sure. I'm a mental health practitioner,
Okay.
and I've been a mental health practitioner for 5 years now. I think mental health is really important. It's just as important as physical health, and so I'm really passionate about making sure people know what supports are there for themselves, and that everybody has mental health.
Yeah.
It's not just bad mental health. People have good mental health as well. We're all living with that, and we're all going to have times where our mental health is not as good as we would like it to be.
Okay. So, speaking of mental health, do you mind telling us what mental health is all about? What is this mental health?
Yeah, so mental health is how we think about the world about us, and how we think about ourselves as well. And sometimes that's good and positive, and sometimes it's not as good and it's difficult, and we find things overwhelming, or we are living with depression, and that's a difficult place to be in.
Oh. What will you say is the cause of mental illness, like depression and stuff? Yeah.
Well, there are two different sorts of depression. You can have clinical depression, or you can have situational depression. So situational depression will be caused by something you're going through, and it may just be a passing phase, whereas clinical depression it's about the chemical imbalance in your brain, and that could be a long-term thing, and you may need medication. It's not going to go away or change. That's just how your brain is working.
Yeah. So what can predispose me to have mental health issues?
If you've got mental health issues in your family, you can be more prone to mental health issues yourself.
Okay.
And if you've got a very stressful life,
I think almost all of us have stressful lives.
I think it's very difficult now because we're all very, very busy people, and we're all trying to do thousands of things and juggle everything and be everything to everybody. So the more busy you are, the more factors in your life that you've got to juggle. Obviously, that can cause you more stress. So,
okay. So, what are the things I can see happening to me, and I know that this is not right? I'm having mental issues. What do you think I can see?
I think you might not notice it yourself straight away. Okay. It's more likely that somebody close to you, a friend or family person, might think you're being more quiet.
Yeah.
From your point of view, your sleep might be interrupted, your sleep pattern may change, you may be not sleeping, or you may be not wanting to get out of bed at all. Okay. They're the two kinds of extremes that people seem to have. You may be eating more, or you may be not eating at all. That's another really common thing for people under stress, that some people stress eat, and some people just go off food completely as a sign of stress. So those sorts of things are things you might notice, but you might put it down to other things.
Okay. Let's say that I know that something is wrong with me. What should I do?
Talk to someone.
Oh.
And it's so important to talk. And if you share your feelings with somebody else that you trust, a friend or family is obviously the best thing. But if you haven't got somebody close by, a professional person, you can always speak to your doctor or a mental health first aider at work if you're lucky enough to have one in the workplace, or speak to somebody on your employee assistance program. Most workplaces have some sort of employee assistance program now where you can get a counselling call, and it's really good to kind of explore what you're going through, how are you feeling, and somebody else to say to you, oh, that could be this, speak to this person, they'll be able to support you.
Amazing. What will be my role as a relative to someone going through mental health, say family or friends or colleague at work? What am I expected to do? What should I do as someone close to?
Listen. Okay. It's really important to give that person, if they're going to open up to you, time to really explain. I think if you've noticed something from a colleague being more quiet or withdrawn, or just a change in behaviour, that's really common in people who are under stress, that their behaviour will change somehow. Maybe they've started being sick from work more often, or they're being late, or they're just very quiet, or they're normally outgoing and a bit of a party person, and they're not wanting to go out or anything. Those are all indicators. So the best thing to do if you think somebody is not quite their usual self is to ask them, are they okay? And if they say, yeah, I'm fine, ask them again, because everyone says they're fine immediately, so that kind of wording that I've noticed, you don't seem to be yourself, or you seem a bit withdrawn, or you seem a bit quiet, or is everything okay? You can talk to me if you want to. It's really useful for people everyone's programmed to go, yeah, I'm fine in the first time. So ask a second time. If you really don't think there's something going on, they think there's something not quite right, then ask again, and give that person the opportunity to come through with how they're feeling.
Fantastic. Wow, I'm really learning a lot. Speaking of stress, I had you mention almost everybody's going through stress these days, especially with work. What's the relationship between work-related stress and mental illness?
I think we can all deal with a little bit of stress for a short period of time. It's when stress is elongated over a long period and there's not a change coming soon, it's only going to get more and more and more. People can cope for a short periods of time with stress, and some people work really well under stress, short-term stress, a deadline, for example. But long-term heavy stress in the workplace, too much workload, too many hours, or a toxic work environment, long term is going to cause anybody a mental health problem, because it's not a healthy place to work. So I think that it's recognizing those things as, is this just a normal stressful little short period, or is it something more than that?
Okay, so that means if I'm stressed at work, if I feel that is becoming overwhelming, then what is the next step I should take?
I think you should speak to your manager, your line manager, and explain your feelings and why that problem is occurring. Hopefully you've got an understanding manager that's going to listen to you and alleviate that workload, or help you to time plan better, or distribute your workload more evenly among the workforce. It's not always the case, I know. That's an ideal world scenario. But I think if you don't speak to somebody, people will think you're coping. People will let you do. As long as you carry on doing it, people will let you do it. So it's really important, if you are finding things too much, to speak about it, because there's normally something that could be done to help you.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, let's just say at the moment I'm not going through a mental health breakdown, but I'm conscious of it. So I don't want to get to that point.
Yeah.
So what do you think is my preventive measures?
I think it's really important to have self-care in place, and to give yourself time every day, at least 1 hour that's dedicated to you, to doing something for you that's relaxing, or a walk in nature, or a nice relaxing bath with a book, or going out and seeing a friend and chatting. Something, or an exercise is really good, because it gives you some good endorphins as well. But something that's just for you. You're not doing something for anybody else. You're not looking after anyone else. It's just for you. That's really, really important. And things like having a healthy sleep routine. Try and maintain a regular good bedtime. Try and eat healthily. Fresh foods, not lots of processed things. All those things are going to impact on your well-being. If you don't sleep enough, your well-being is going to be affected straight away. That's the case for everybody, because we can't function on not enough sleep. So that really is really important, that healthy sleep routine, turning off your blue lights an hour before you want to go to bed, and maybe having a nice bubble bath before you go to bed to help you wind down, or reading in bed to help you go to sleep. All those things are really easy, simple things we can all do, that gives you that regular pattern, just like you would for a toddler, have a healthy sleep bedtime. You need to do that for an adult as well.
Oh, thank you very much. I think you've really touched every aspect that I wanted you to touch. But in a nutshell, what message do you have for our viewers today, just to summarize all that we've talked about.
Um, Mental health is really important. If you don't have good mental health, you can't have good health, full stop, because mental health impacts your whole life. So it's more important than ever. Just, if you had a broken leg, you would go and ask the hospital for help with your broken leg.
Yeah.
If you are not feeling yourself in your brain, that something is off and you need help and you're not coping, then you need to ask for help as well. It's really important. It's just as important as your physical health, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. We're all going to suffer from mental health issues at times, and there are things there that can help you. If you had a broken leg, you'd use a wheelchair or crutches. If you've got a mental health issue, there are medications that can help. They don't have to be long term. There are other things that can help, like cognitive behavioural therapy, which can help you cope and find coping strategies to help when you feel overwhelmed with things. And they're there if you reach out and ask for them. So I would say speak to somebody you trust in the first instance. Speak to a mental health practitioner or your GP and explain that you're having trouble, and they will be really happy to help you and signpost you to services that can help you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you. It's been really wonderful having a little chat with you regarding mental health. Though I'm a nurse myself and I have little knowledge about what I'm supposed to do with regards to my mental health and my general well being of myself, but listening to you, who is a professional in this regard, has really, I've learned a lot now. Thank you so much for joining me here. And I hope we do this some other time soon. Yeah. Thank you. And there we have it. Just like Lisa said, mental health is really important for every single person. You can't function well if you're having a mental health breakdown. So you have to be up in your game, getting yourself checked, and speaking to somebody if you feel something is not right. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. For now, say my love. Bye.